When you're diagnosed with a chronic illness or a pain condition, it can make you feel powerless because the condition does things to you. And so many things are coming at you and you're not real sure how to approach it, much less navigate it. And no one, honestly, likes to have things done to them. This is something that you didn't cause. You didn't do anything to make it happen. It's just, here it is, and now you have to deal with it. So what do you do with that situation when something is making you feel powerless? You take back your power. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm Allison, and this is Living Chronic Faith. So taking back your power is kind of a notion that seems kind of vague, but I think that's because it applies to so many things. In chronic illnesses and pain conditions, you need to do that just because it does so many things to you, like we said. It causes symptoms, it forces you to adjust or change things, and it necessitates medications or treatments or visits to the doctor. So you look at causing, forcing, necessitating, all these things are done to you or forced on you. How do you take back your power so that you don't feel like a victim? Well, one of the biggest things that you can do for yourself is to manage your health care. Now, I know, you're like, how am I supposed to do that? I do what the doctor tells me to do, right? It's more than that. Managing your health care has to do with building relationships with your healthcare professionals. Talk to them openly. Dialogue with them. It's not just a matter of you telling them, what they want to hear and then them telling you what to do about it. It's a matter of you openly dialoguing and being very, very honest and candid with them about your symptoms, about your experiences, about how you're sleeping, about what your eating habits have been since the last time you visited them. It's about opening up with them and letting them see into your situation. The reason that's important is because your doctor probably has never gone through what you're going through. They are not living with your chronic illness, and even if they are, they're not doing it in your body. So as much as they've studied it, as many books as they've read on this situation, as many conferences they've attended and lectures as they sat through, they do not know what's happening with you. They need you for that. And so you got to tell them what's happening. You got to tell them what your experience is like and what you're feeling. And then they can help to tailor your treatment for you specifically. The other thing is educate yourself as much as you possibly can. Know what the situation is that you're dealing with. Some people call it knowing your enemy. Doesn't have to be your enemy, though. Just know the situation that you're dealing with. Know your condition inside and out. Learn as much as you can. Read as much as you can about it. And then once you're educated about that, understand what affects it, positively and negatively. Does diet make a difference? Can certain things that you eat impact it one way or the other? Does the food that you eat impact the medications that you're taking? Look into those things and understand that some conditions, exercise helps. Some, it makes it worse. You kind of have to know those things. So do your due diligence and look into that. Research as much as you can. Be educated so that you can know what you're up against. And then, of course, make sure that you're keeping track of what you're going through. If that's journaling, if you're writing it down, if you're putting it in your phone, there's a lot of apps that will help you track your experience. Make sure that you are looking at the overall picture so that when you do go to the doctor and you talk to your medical professionals, that you can give them an accurate picture of what you've been experiencing. There's a lot of things that your experiences will tell them about how to treat you. But you can't really do that if you're not keeping track of it. Now, it can be difficult to do that because a lot of times you just don't want to think about it. You just want to get through the day, deal with the symptoms, move on, and get to what you really want to be doing, which is living your life. But if you do these things, you give yourself a chance to maximize your quality of life so that you can get to those other things, and then when you get to them, that you can enjoy them and that it goes well and that you're having a good experience overall. That it's not just a going through the motions kind of thing, that you're just getting through the day, but that you're enjoying the day. So make sure that you are taking the time to record somehow if you have a strange experience, if you feel something different, if your body does something or reacts some way that you're not used to. Make sure that you're putting that somewhere where you can advise your doctor about it when you speak to them next. These are all things that you can do to take back the power in your situation Your diagnosis does not have to run you. It does not have to take over your life, and it does not have to assume the power in the relationship. And that's really what it is. It's building a relationship not just with medical professionals, but also with your condition, with your body, so that you can have influence over the way that things are happening with your condition. So don't walk in this situation blindly. Don't go through it in the dark. Don't go through it as a victim. Take the power back. Make a decision of how you want to approach it, what you want your lifestyle and your quality of life to be. And then pursue that with everything in you. Take your power back. And don't settle for being a victim. Are there ways that we can help you figure out how to do that? Are there questions that you have about taking the power back? Well, we'd like to see them in the comments, and we'll talk about them at a later date. Or you can follow us on social media. Whatever you do, make sure that you stay tuned and come back and visit us again on Living Chronic Faith.